Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. Seth is back. Seth is back. He did a video on Sly Cooper, so you guys should
Getting
look
Classics. Check out for that video.
Check out for that video. But this video is talking about something that has recently happened. Now, recently, I was talking to Seth about this. Me and him have talked about this before. We kind of hit on it, but we've never sat down and really talked to you guys about it before.
We brought it up in, for example, our video of George Lucas about why everyone just defending George Lucas. Go check out that video, by the way. And we kind of touched on it.
Yeah,
so,
we kind of touched on it.
This is going into it now.
Well, because most recently, one of the Clone Wars, the final season of Clone Wars is still coming. The cartoon Clone Wars is still coming out, which Clone Wars is a great show. It really does the prequels more justice than the actual prequels did. It actually makes the prequels seem good. But a lot of people
seem bad by comparison.
I mean, no, I said they made the prequels seem better because Clone Wars gives you a lot of context to the shit that's happening. The shit that the prequels don't even tell you about that makes them that make the prequels suck. Clone Wars actually gives you context to it, which sort of kind of makes them a little bit better. But recently, with the last episode that just came out on Friday, I've seen a lot of people talking about how, oh yeah, this is juicy stuff, and this is, what makes the prequels, this is why the prequels are so good. And me and Seth started seeing signs of this right around the time when Last Jedi came out.
Oh,
because it started to become this thing where people started going, well, fuck, at least the prequels were Lucas's idea.
Yeah, and when I started hearing that too, because I heard on social media as well, and also on YouTube in a lot of places, I just literally would my jaw, I'd turn into the genie from Aladdin. My jaw hit the floor. I was like, well, what the fuck is happening right now?
Like I said, it kind of baffles me a bit because
and it got worse. No, it got worse after the whole George Lucas shit.
Yeah, it got worse.
It got worse after that. I was just like,
because I don't know what happened since. And the question we put towards you: when did the prequels become good?
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, but for my entire childhood, from when those movies first came out, they were universally thought of as bad.
Yeah, they were.
Star Wars Celebration, that thing they have every year.
They don't include them usually.
But they do now.
They do now.
But they didn't include them. Christian Harloff, big time YouTuber on Smells Know. He's a huge Star Wars guy. Knows a lot of people. He goes to those events all the time. And he said it, that they didn't always have the original, the prequels there. And the kid who played young Anakin was bullied because of how bad those movies was.
Hayden Christensen's career was almost basically destroyed after
George Lucas was forced to sell them because of how much hate mail and how much people attacked him over the prequels. And now, all of a sudden, because you guys are so angry at Disney, you just want to rewrite history and the prequels are good?
Yeah, that shit boggles my mind. It's funny how things can change in almost, 20 years? Almost 20 years?
That doesn't mean that they're good. Just because you're mad at one thing doesn't make this thing that was bad.
And just because you have an opinion about how Disney treated George doesn't mean the prequels got any better because of it. They're still the same. Nothing changed about them. It's just, you just don't like how Disney does business, and you're like the prequels all of a sudden.
The thing is, all of you, the same people who are defending the prequels and saying they're good, were cheering when Disney bought it from George because George was fucking it up! Yep. I don't care. You guys can sit there and go, well, George, it's his property. Well, he was fucking it up. There's a lot of YouTubers.
There's a lot of big YouTubers, too, that literally came out of the woodwork about, and this is mainly after, and really the YouTubers started coming out after Rise of Skywalker. Yeah. When they were really saying, man, George's idea was this, he had all these ideas, what the fuck, Disney, and they blamed Disney at first, and that's they're slick. Because they were they'll blame Disney all day long, but then all of a sudden, they'll hit it in there and be like, well, George's idea might have been better. It's like, whoa, stop. You can't just sit there and say George would have been any better. He sold his company, LucasArts, because he knew one of two things would happen. Either, one, because like you said, he was getting basically harassed and bullied. His daughter was getting harassed and bullied.
His daughter was getting harassed.
Also, I think. And then another thing, too, was he basically saw the writing on the wall. He was like, yo, if I try to make another movie, I'm fucked. So I gotta just cash in my chips, take my $4 billion in cash.
Yeah, and another couple billion in stocks.
George Lucas hasn't directed a movie since hasn't mainly directed a movie since Revenge of the Sith, and he is still the highest. He's the richest director in Hollywood. Still, all because of what George $1 billion in cash. And another 3 in stocks,
something like that. Yeah, he got paid in total $7 billion.
$7 billion to sell his company because he knew. Because he knew, one, he was getting harassed and bullied, and two, he knew that if he tried to make another movie, he would have been fucked. Because everyone would have just been like, no, we're not going to see this. We know how the Star Wars are going to go.
He personally got paid about more than Disney paid for the entirety of Marvel.
Which is...
It was $4 billion.
Which is... how much they pay for Marvel? What?
$4 billion.
Just about, yeah.
So he's got me. Yeah.
So technically he got paid more because if you got the stocks in, he got paid more than they paid for Marvel.
He got paid for more than they paid for Marvel.
And so that also shows you how Disney thought of Star Wars. Like Star Wars could maybe be that again one day. And they waited a long time. Before they
flopped on them. They did not know it was going to flip like that. Like,
I was like, they waited a long time to come out with Star Wars. So when they announced The Force Awakens, everyone was like,
I mean, The Force Awakens was gangbusters, though. It did ridiculous.
No, and it was, but then they got the wrong people to do the other two movies, and
Kathleen Kennedy, and there's a lot of...
Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy didn't help either. Now, look, I'm not saying the woman needs to die, because there's some people
are like overboard, man.
Yeah, with that shit. But it's just like, what... This is the reality of things. George knew he was fucked. He sold it because he knew he was fucked. Mm-hmm. He sold it because he was getting harassed. And for some reason, 20 years later, all of a sudden people are like, it's like, the fuck, where did people come from?
Just to get into it, like, I've seen some of the prequels in the recent years. You know, every time a Star Wars movie's about to come out, they show them on TNT, because TNT's got, like, all the fucking prequels. Like, so they show them on TNT, and still to this day, there's still a lot of things in those movies that does not work. Some of the CGI is, like it was big time at the time.
But don't get me wrong, some of the green screen for back then was amazing. Some of the green screen work back then was actually not that bad for what it was, but it didn't age that well. The Phantom Menace did not age very well. Attack of the Clones got better, and then Revenge of the Sith obviously got better. But man, it's like those first two movies are they're rough on that stuff.
Like I said, like I don't know when it became like this thing that, because like I said, more people, everywhere I go, more people, like, I was shocked. I thought it was just a universal thing that people knew that the prequels weren't that good. Now it's an argument. Now, like, people getting arguments with you about it.
Deadpool will shoot you over that.
I'm like, what is becoming an argument that the prequels are not like? I would give you Revenge of the Sith maybe, but I'm like,
no. I'll stand by this till the day I die. Phantom Menace was garbage, except for like the last 10, 15 minutes.
Yes.
Attack of the Clones was trash almost the whole way through, except for Dooku and Yoda.
But people always talk about that whole battle scene, like, oh, remember that battle scene?
The battle scene, but it's at the end of literally, but there's only 20 minutes left of the movie.
What about the fucking rest of the movie?
And then I'll say, The Revenge of the Sith was the best one out of the three, but even then, that movie was just cringy to watch sometimes.
Well, because it's like...
Hayden Christensen's, I'm sorry, dude, the dude's not a good actor. Hayden Christensen is not that good of an actor. So for him to play Anakin, I'm just sitting there going, ugh.
Natalie Portman. Padme was a bit
much.
Well, because the thing is, when you watch Clone Wars, you realize just how much of the action Padme was, and then you watch the movies, and
it's like she wasn't even there.
She literally
was
had
there,
a couple
got knocked up, and
she had a couple. She had one action. She had a couple action sequences in Clone Wars, and that's about it. One.
And then the Reggie said she dies giving birth, so it's like, whoa, yay!
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, it's
don't get me wrong, the saber fights.
I hate sand. Like I cannot wrap my mind how people defend those movies. I really can't.
And the crazy thing is, most of the people share the same opinions that we do. Most of the people who say that shit is stuff that they said that we're.
They just grab on to the good parts, because when you go Phantom Menace stuff, they like. But that last battle with Qui-Gon and Maul, and they can't hold on to that shit. They squeeze that shit and go, this is what makes it good. Like, but what about the rest of the movie?
Yeah, no. Shh. Don't talk about that. Don't talk about that.
This.
What about Attack of the Clones, where literally the only best part was when Yoda and Dooku fought? It's like, no, don't talk.
Man.
It's like, what the fuck? And most of these people are our age. Most of these people are our age saying this shit. They remember the prequels coming out back in the theaters 20 years ago.
If it was just some Joe Smos, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. But there's a lot of major people who made their bones with Star Wars. Not guys with like millions of subscribers that
just pure Star Wars
fans. Pure Star Wars and like big time Star Wars fans that I know who are just like, I love the prequels. I stand by the prequels. I'm like, why?
You know what? I guarantee you, if you were to ask them how the prequels were opinion wise before Force Awakens came out, they would say, yeah, they're shit. But why are they? But that's the thing. It's like, why all of a sudden the change of opinion? Is it because they hate Disney that much?
It's because of Disney.
You think it's because of Disney?
Everybody hates Disney.
Everybody hates Disney.
Everybody hates Disney. It's okay.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like I said, Deadpool will shoot you over the prequels. So it's like the joke is always there. But it's just like, but now all of a sudden it's just like, yeah, you know what, the prequels were.
Like I said, it's a debate now. Like I'm like, when did it become a debate?
Shit.
When did we start having a debate about shit being stinky? Like what the hell happened? When the hell did you take a shit in a bowl? When you took a shit in your toilet bowl and went, you know, it might not be that bad. Like when did we start having that discussion? Like when did that happen?
That's a pretty weird analogy, but it works.
Like I'm just like, when did we start having this?
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like I said, and the worst part is these people are our age. They know how bad they really are. They just hate Disney for some reason.
The problem is there's a lot of kids, and like Christian Harloff's talked about this before. There's a lot of kids who grew up with these, so their Star Wars was the prequel.
No, and so
they don't know any better.
No, and to them I get it, and to them I understand to that sense. But most of the fans are our age who remember the prequels come out. They remember being shit, but they also remember the old ones. Because I guarantee you, every single parent in their mind at least had one of the DVDs or back in showing our age a little bit, VHS tapes. For those who remember those things,
I still got some.
My parents had all 3 of the original Star Wars tapes in our house for years. Probably still there somewhere. Probably still there somewhere for all I know. But it's just
blocks.
Like, yeah, that's that. I remember that shit. But it's like
kill a man with these.
Yeah, those things were sharp. You remember like the corner. Anyway, we're getting a little off topic there. We're getting a little off track there. But it's just like, okay. I think we should end it because we're getting a little ranty.
Yes.
But let's pass the question on to you. Do you like the prequels? And if you like them, please give us a really...
Please put a comment.
Please put a comment and explain why. Please put a comment and explain why. We'd love to see your feedback. We're just trying to understand where we're coming from.
I would love, and this will be the title, when did the prequels become good?
All of a sudden.
When did they become good?
And to those old school fans who like the old trilogy and hated the new one, like us, why do you think these people are defending it all of a sudden? Is it because of Disney? Is it because of George? Is it because of something else entirely? What is your feedback? We need to know. Tell us. Educate us. We'd like to know. And if you're somewhere in the middle, again, put your comments down below. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Disney's gonna keep doing them, so you can get mad all you want to. They're not letting it go.
Yeah, they're not letting it go.
You gotta just get on board and get angry.
You know how much those Legos and toys sell?
You know what? Hey, Disney met you halfway. Mandalorian, we can all agree on that.
Yeah, Mandalorian was
okay, at least we can all agree on that. At least we finally found something we can agree on.
You're gonna get some troll in the comments just being like, Mandalorian was terrible. This is like...
There's always somebody says that.
You gotta love trolls, man.
There's always, oh man, it was terrible. It didn't have any even...
But anyway, like I said, if you like the prequels, put it down in the comments. If you hate the prequels, put it down in the comments. We need to know your opinions because it's baffling to us. Me and Deshaun hate the prequels. Except for maybe the third. I mean, if you were to give the third one a grade, what would you give it?
7, 6.
7, 6. I give it 6.5. Slightly above average. Not quite a good movie, but not quite a bad movie.
It was like, you know, it was an epic build. But the problem is I didn't care about some of the characters. The only character I cared about was... There's only 2 characters I cared about in that movie. Just 2. Obi-Wan and Yoda. Everybody else, I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Pretty much. Like I said, I'm not even talking about the first 2.
I mean, I am a sucker from from Great Stories. And like at the time when I was a kid seeing that movie, I had never seen...
I saw Revenge of the Sith in theaters. That shit blew my mind.
When I was a kid, I had never seen a trilogy have the main character become...
the evil guy.
The evil guy. I'd never seen that before. So it was... That busted it up to me too. It was fascinating for me as a kid. It was a concept that I had never thought of before. The chosen one becoming the evil one. It's like, I never thought that was a thing.
Yeah, so like I said, please put your opinions down in the comments section below. Please educate us because, like I said, we're confused out of the hell. So anyway, if there's anything more to add, thank you for joining us on
Comic and Movie Show.
Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of us in the future, and we shall see you
on the next one.
Goodbye.